everybody, and good evening, and welcome back to another product review on the channel. Today we're going to be doing the Stillwrights Apple Pie and Moonshine. So, this is the product that when I talk about the brand and that they produce moonshine, or just talk about moonshine in general with people, this is pretty much the go-to flavor, and this is the one that people do want to try first out of the product line, because when you say Apple Pie Moonshine, for those of you that have indulged in the illegal, basically this is the flavor that practically is made. And then there's other brands that are legal like Stillwrights obviously, and there's a couple other brands out there that do produce an apple pie flavored moonshine. So getting to it here, nice brown color, I would say almost think of like apple crisps that you throw in the oven with like the brown sugar and stuff on top. That nice like caramelized brown that you get on top when you once the sugar's in the oven. That same color is about what it looks like in the bottle. Going over the label here, it says Apple Pie Moonshine, handcrafted in small batches, spirits distilled from cane and corn with natural flavors, certified colors, and alcohol added. I have batch 1. I think they've done a couple more batches of this one. I'm not too sure. This is a 5th, and it's 70 proof like all their other flavored moonshines except for their traditional recipe moonshine. It's 104.7 proof, so it's a little more potent. And again, on the label it also does say made here. I can't stress that enough. When they say local handcrafted, it's literally textbook definition, fits the bill perfectly. You can't literally get that any different. I mean, it's 10 minutes out that window right there, and I'm at the distillery where this is being made. You can't beat that. So anyways, let's crack it open here and get a smell. I always love that sound. Why cork sound, why cork when you open it up sounds awesome. Well, okay, here's one thing to note about this bottle. This is really impressive compared to their other moonshines. I haven't even put this up to my nose, and as soon as I open the cork, the smell really fills the room. I don't want to say it's potent, that's a really bad choice of word to use, but it definitely does the job. Whereas, like, for instance, the peach cobbler really doesn't have that strong of a smell to it. This is very strong. So let's take a smell. Okay, that's a little... Okay. Alright, yeah. Sticking your nose in the bottle isn't the best in this category compared to, like, say, the peach cobbler or the key lime pie to get a nice bit of the aroma. It's a little bit too strong. Putting that up to your nose, it's almost like putting your nose up to a car freshener. Not the greatest idea. Smell-wise, though, the best way to explain a smell, and it's not a negative connotation, but think of, like, the Yankee Candle Company or Scentsy or any of the fragrance companies that have like an apple pie smell, like the air fresheners, that kind of stuff. That's the best way to get the smell. It has that nice warming apple sugary smell. I mean, it does smell like apple pie. The best way to explain it is think of apple pie, nice bit of brown sugar, nice, you know, sugary gooey mess that's sitting in the oven like 10 minutes before it's out of the oven. You know that smell that fills the kitchen? That's what the bottle smells like, which is really good. So I'm going to take some ice here. Okay, let's bring this up, pour a little bit in our rocks glass here. Okay, and wow. Okay, so for the first time out of all of the moonshines, actually we'll leave this out, I apologize. Out of all the moonshines, so one of the biggest complaints that I've had since I've been reviewing and tasting the products and using them behind my bar for parties or just talking with friends and enjoying drinks, a lot of the moonshines, their color doesn't translate over once you pour it into a glass, and especially once you add ice. This one, before it gets diluted, I'll try to pull it up here so you can see the color. It actually does retain the color. It doesn't retain the brown that you see in the bottle. It almost turns like a pinkish hue, which is kind of interesting. It's brown, but it does have a lighter side of red to it. So it does change a little bit, and obviously right now the ice is diluting it, so it's starting to clear out a little bit more. It's more translucent. The smell, once it's poured into a glass, by the way, the smell that I had with the bottle, it's now a lot more. It's definitely filling the room. And I actually have, I don't know if you can see it in the video, I have a Scentsy warmer behind me that I keep the room, and it smells like a cologne kind of smell. I can't smell that at all now because I have this that's really putting out a lot of aroma. The one benefit is it's not as strong as it was like at the nose of the bottle. With being an open glass, it's not as contained and in your face. So definitely get the sweetness. The biggest thing I can say is, like I said, think of right before it pops out of the oven, that nice, like, sugary sweet goo that, like, if you were to just basically take a knife and carve out the middle of a apple pie, that's basically the way that flavor, that smell would hit your nose. That's exactly what it is. That's the one thing I have to say that the products all have, is they have a great nose, they have great characteristics from their name matches what the nose is, and their flavors do as well. And we're going to try this one here. I haven't had this in actually quite a while. Okay, so this one's a little different. Great product. This isn't my favorite. The key lime pie definitely hits the flavor profile that I really, really do enjoy in a cocktail, or just on the rocks in this case. The biggest thing that I can say with the apple pie is you do get the apple. The apple's really, really strong. It's really great taste. I'd love to know like what apple flavor that they use, like if they're trying like a pink lady or a Macintosh or a red and delicious, whatever type of apple flavor that they have, or whatever mix of apples, because it's really awesome flavor. But that brown sugar sweetness kind of taste, it's not as there as much. I would have liked a little bit more in that, because the way the bottle smells, to me, the aroma is really strong. It's almost a level of overly strong, but it's an enjoyable fragrance. Whereas when you take it out of the glass, think for instance coffee. Coffee smells great, and it tastes great, but it's not what the smell always tastes like. Whereas this, I smell that really heavy brown sugar, nice sugary sweetness, and then with this I get more the apple citrus and stuff than I do the sugar. There's a little bit of sugar, but it's masked more by that apple just keep hitting you on the tongue. So it hits the name. It's an apple pie moonshine, but it's not as apple pie as I would say. Not saying it's a bad product, just saying it doesn't do what the smell does for me compared to the taste. Whereas the key lime pie, it smells and tastes like the name, and I will say it's won awards for that reason. It's a really, really good product, and that is my #1 moonshine. This is a great product for those of you that like moonshine. They have the traditional one, which fits the traditional straight sugar shine. Out of your recipe moonshines that have flavors, this is pretty much going to be your go-to flavor that, like I said, for those of you that indulge in the illegal, have partaken probably. And like I said, this is a great bottle to have behind the bar. I will say this makes a great, for those of you that ever made a apple vodka-tini, replace the vodka with this and you're done. And it's actually a really good product, because you get the apple with this. If you had maybe like a little bit of apple pucker if you want that sweetened taste, or apple cider, and then finish off the glass with maybe a little bit of simple syrup. And then I've actually garnished it with granola. Not granola, graham cracker. Just rub the glass in an apple wedge, so basically like you would with a lime wheel. Rim the glass with it and then just roll it in graham cracker crumbs, and it's actually a really, really good cocktail. I think they, if you go to Stillwrights page to schedule a tour or to look at their products, I think one of their Moontinis is actually a similar recipe to that. Could be wrong, not too sure, but like I said, regardless, that's the recipe I use. It's really good. So I'm gonna sit and enjoy this product. Again, thanks for watching. Thanks for enjoying the videos. Help me keep these going and keep these moving forward. If you like what you see, please like, comment, subscribe. Takes a lot of work to get these videos out. Takes hours of editing. Takes a little bit of time to go through my notes and taste the product, get a couple ideas off the hand, and then just to get it uploaded when you're on university internet, it takes a while to get this to you guys. So help me out, please share, please get the product out. Let people know how awesome of a product that they have that's made in their backyard. Thanks for watching again. Have a good day, and cheers.